G'day folks, John here from Gingrich Construction. I'd like to bring an update to you on the Martinez hammers. We are currently running 5 on the crew. We have 3 of them that are about a year old, 2 of them I think 6 and 3 months, something like that. Doesn't really matter, but it is definitely the hammer of choice as the stilettos bite the dust. That's where we are going. And I don't want to say that the Martinez is a perfect hammer. There is no such thing as a perfect tool. We can always strive to do perfect work, but it will never really happen. And as we've used the Martinez, we found weaknesses in it. And we've also, what I'd like to bring to you today is something that you should be sure to do so you don't run into problems down the road. Now, this story starts with concrete. We were pouring a shop wall and we ran out of forms and had to go to another job for more forms. Long story short, we were not ready. When the concrete showed up, we were just closing up the wall and still had to put braces on, etc. So I was putting in door cutouts with another guy and I was trying to pull the cutouts up because we had to fish them down under the ties first. And so I was using my hammer as a hook. Why not? It's an arm extension. Those of us who use hammers every day, they become a part of us. So I was holding my hammer like so, and I was pulling as pretty much as hard as I could. I was slightly excited, and I do get torqued up when things gotta go. And things had to go. Well, I pulled the grip off. Hammer falls down into the wall, and I might have got frustrated. So I had to pop the wall apart, pull my hammer out, stick the grip back on, and we went to work. Next door cutout, same thing. I didn't think about it. Oops, hooked my hammer down in there, pulled the grip off. Enough of that, who needs a grip, right? Let's get frustrated, we got things to do. And I carried on. And that's where I discovered something very interesting. This hammer, without a grip, does not shock your hand. You can pound nails like this. There's no vibration, there's no sting like you get on a bat sometimes, or even your hammer. If you hit something funny, none. There's actually no more shock like this than there is with a grip, which I found very interesting to say the least. Now, the grip definitely does play a part. It allows you to hold on to the hammer with less force, and the tighter you hold a hammer, the more the shock transfers up your arm. So a nice sticky grip, definitely a benefit. And as I discovered, pulling nails without a grip, yeah, it's just not that handy. It actually kind of cuts into the hand. So stick to using grips, don't throw them away. Now, why did that happen? We could write it off as an inferior grip, cheap, whatever. I will try to show you inside here. No, it's pointless because you won't be able to see with the camera. There's plastic on both sides, and it runs in the 2 grooves on both sides. That's what keeps your grip aligned. And then there's notches in the valley of the groove, and there used to be I don't know what you call it, we'll call them gizmos. There was gizmos in here that went into the notches, and that's what kept your grip from sliding back off. Now, this grip is loose enough that if I hammer with it, it will pull off if I'm not gripping the grip. If I'm holding at the end, it'll pull off, which brings up a point. When I was pulling the cutouts up, I was holding with both hands at the end of the grip, and I was pulling for all I could. And on top of that, I was excited, don't forget. Now, I wanted a hammer with a grip. I did the first thing I thought of. Zip tie, where are they? Grabbed a zip tie where this rivet is supposed to be and has not been for probably 6 months. I put a zip tie in. And away we go. I've run the hammer like this for approximately 3 weeks. No ill side effects. Not a problem at all, actually. And I can pull the grip back, but I cannot pull it off. And in fact, in normal use, I'd never even catch on that my grip is technically shot. Now, here's another stiletto. It is the handle that we broke or cracked, and it was used approximately a month before it sat on the shelf here. So I drilled that rivet out. Can I pull it off? I'd be a little bit surprised, but we shall see here. I don't think so. Now that I'm all red in the face and looked like a beet. But I was using 2 hands. I can't pull it off, and you probably can't either. So this goes to show the grip does stick. But it is important that you have the rivet in the end of your handle. The new grips, they all come with rivets to put in when you change your grip, which I can show you. I got a new grip because mine's shot, and then I put the zip tie in it, and hasn't been necessary. So this is how it comes. Bag, your grip, all shiny and new. It's got the teeth in there that are supposed to grip on the handle still. It's great. And it comes with the rivet. So when you change your grip, be sure to put the rivet in. And if you break the rivet like I did from my way of using a hammer, ooh, no, that's thing dirty, it's awful. Put a zip tie in it. Zip ties are cheap, and they will keep your grip from being able to work loose. Because of using a hammer like this, I'm not squeezing the teeth into the notches. I'm relying largely on that rivet, and that is why I broke it. Probably from pulling nails and trying to rip the end of my grip off. So, is this inferior quality? I'll give you my take on it, and I leave it up to you to decide when you're hashing out the stiletto Martinez. I know where I fall. If you haven't used one, I would suggest you use a Martinez. You will be surprised. Your first reaction is going to be it's heavy. Use it for a day. You will be surprised. But the grip comes off. Well, yes, it does. If maybe, but probably not. Most people are not going to pull that grip off. Most people are not physically able to pull that grip off. And the stilettos, we pull the grips off of them, albeit not the whole grip. We pull the ends off. But when you pull an end off and you've got titanium sticking out, the grip's shot. You may as well throw the hammer out or get it re-gripped. So I'm not saying that this is inferior quality. There is a benefit. I can slide a new grip on, put a zip tie in, and I can go back to work. But just be careful to replace that rivet when it is broken. Quick tip here. Got a Martinez? It can do stuff for you. Serious. Watch this. Bolt. Wow. Okay, cement like. Let's pretend this is a bolt. Got a Martinez. Bolt's loose.